understand 100% why so many aspiring writers call it revision hell, because it's like a never ending battle. The drafting, the revising, the editing is exhausting, long, painful, emotionally painful process of trying to turn your first draft, your story idea into something that is going to be worth publishing or putting on a bookstore shelf. And it just feels like it's a never ending. This goes on and on and on. And for me personally, I just feel like when I buy a debut novel, I was tempted to quit on it and shelf it. And I'm really not trying to do that. But in March, I finished the second draft of this book, the official second draft of this book, and I took a long break from it for now. And right now, I came back to it and trying to fix all the problems with it. And I feel like you put out one fire, there's another fire. You put out this fire, there's another fire. It just feels like the drafting phase, the editing and revising phase of it will never end. And technically, this is 4 drafts. Okay, I had a first draft. Then I had a second draft, but technically it wasn't a second draft because it didn't look like one. So I called it a 1.5 draft. And then I had a second draft that I just finished. And now technically I'm doing a third draft, which is technically a 4th draft. And it just feels like I'm on a hamster wheel. And it just feels like I'm stuck in a trap right now. And it doesn't help at all when I see some people on social media, on TikTok, publish their own book. And I'm just like, when is that going to be my turn? When is that going to be me? And I'm trying not to compare myself to other people, because comparison is a thief of joy. And I try to tell myself, hey, they could do it, I could do it too. And what they accomplish is something that's possible for me. I see it as evidence. It's something that's possible for me. So I try to keep myself thinking positive. But I gotta tell y'all, it's been really challenging. This week, I am trying to fix the characters. And I think that's the hardest part of this story, is trying my best to turn it from an externally driven plot to an internally driven plot. So this morning, I really want to focus on working on my character arcs, and I'm working on my protagonist right now and trying to fix her. I feel like with her name is George, I feel like I have a clear understanding of her character, her conflict, her character arc. But when it comes to the male protagonist, Henry, I feel like it's still fuzzy. I'm still trying to figure him out. And I feel like that's one of the biggest problems I have with this book. It's just figuring out my male protagonist and who he is. But anyway, that's what I'm gonna do right now. So yesterday I had this struggle yesterday, and I feel like I'm struggling again with this. It is that trying not to rely on the other character when making eternal conflict. My story is different than traditional romance stories where characters meet and they fall in love. But my story is they're already together. They're already a couple. And when I asked the question to myself, what would this person or this character like before the story begins? And it's just really hard to make an eternal conflict, give them desires, fears, misbelief without relying on the other character. Especially they go on the same journey together, but at the same time, I want them to have their own journeys, if that makes sense. And I thought about maybe I can give them layers, multiple desires and multiple fears and disbeliefs that can help them see like a more complex character than two-dimensional. Y'all, I could really use a pick-me-up right now. I need my coffee. It's almost like clockwork. Around 4 o'clock is when I need a cup of coffee. So I want to go to Starbucks and get me some coffee. My phone wants to fall so bad. But anyway, I got the drink secured. Oh my gosh, it's like heaven in a cup. Look at that order. Heaven in a cup. Y'all probably won't get sick of me going to Starbucks, but it's my baby. They get it right every time.
Okay, what can I get for you?
Yes, I have a mobile order for Hannah.
Alright, right. Anything else for you?
Oh, that'd be it for me. Okay, thank you. Hi. Thank you so much. You too. Okay, we got the goods. Now let's just find a place to park. Good morning, y'all. Happy pumpkin spice. I am so excited. I was like, I just remembered that Dunkin' is having their pumpkin spice latte launch today. And I was like, I have to go. I have to. And I was like, yes, let's do it. And I got the medium pumpkin spice latte. It looks so good. When she gave it to me, y'all, I could just smell it. As soon as she handed it to me, my car smelled like coffee. And now you just know it's gonna be a good latte if I could just smell it already. I haven't even taken a sip and it looks so good, y'all. It looks so good. Literally waited all year for this beauty. Look at her. Let me take this off. I want y'all to see all her glory. Hold on. Look how beautiful she is. Oh my God. Hold on. I've been fighting this dress all day. I'm so sorry, y'all. Look how beautiful she is. All her glory. Oh my gosh. I'm not even gonna wait anymore. I'm gonna take a sip right now. Look at that. Oh. Cheers, guys. Cheers. All year. Waited all year for this. Oh. Instead of getting whole milk, I got oat milk in it because I always get oat milk with my lattes. I'm obsessed with this. Oh, it's so good. 10 out of 10. So good. But anyway, I am in the parking lot of my local library again. I know I've been going there a lot lately, but I just feel it in the mood for being in a library. I just want to surround myself with books, just be somewhere where I can really focus and lock in. I could do it at my desk at home, but sometimes I do just want to be at the library. Why is the camera so crooked? But like I said before in my other videos, y'all been following me, you know that my library is super small and the parking lot is looking pretty crowded right now. And I'm hoping to find a spot to sit at. I really want to sit on these nice couches, the nice chairs I have, this couch area, but usually because I want to read Pumpkin Spice Cafe while I drink this because I didn't finish the book since my last vlog, and y'all saw me read it yesterday and I'm trying to finish it up. And you know, I take my time with a book. Usually takes me about 1 or 2 weeks, and I wanted to do some reading before I start working on my debut novel. Maybe do some freestyle fun writing with fall theme. I don't know, just have some fall fun with reading and writing before I lock in and do some work today. Speaking of my story, I realized yesterday I'm repeating the same mistake that I have been repeating, is that I feel like I'm rushing it. I'm really, especially the character part. I know I said one day focus on each character, and I understand that. There's 2 main characters, 1 antagonist, and there's a few other side minor characters, but I feel like I am rushing through developing who my protagonist is. For my example, Henry, he is the main protagonist of the story, and I just feel like I have 70 to 80% understanding of who he is, especially his desires and his fears and misbelief. But I feel like I don't want to rush to the next character and then finish up the week. I need to go back and revisit his character review, and I want to walk away today with a clear 100% understanding of who this character is, because I feel like that's the reason why I'm struggling to write my story, because I feel like I'm just rushing, trying to get finished. Even with the outline, plotting, I was rushing through it, just going slow, taking my time, and just having a really good solid plan and not rush through it, because I want quality work. Because I don't know if I mentioned this, y'all, but I have been heavily considering actually doing traditional publishing, so I don't know yet. So I just want to make sure this is crisp quality. It don't have to be perfect quality, but enough where I can get an agent or publishing house. supposed to be working on an antagonist, but I decided to go back to my main protagonist and just write out his full character. I already wrote down his internal conflict. I feel like I understand it a little bit 80% more than I did earlier, but I still feel like there's some work to be done with him. So in the library, I decided to do his origin point. I think it's what it's called. I can't remember. It was like in Story Genius, and she was basically talking about the origins. So if I remember the name, I put on the screen, but it was basic from what I remember is that basically how they became the person they are. So I was writing some scenes that made him who he was. It's most likely not going to be in the third draft of this book, but I was just writing some scenes and moments in his life that led up to the person he is at the start of the story. And I think I want to do that for all my characters as practice. Instead of doing random story prompts and random stories, that's going to be my warm up before I get into it. Honestly, that, not saying out loud, that should have been an obvious thing I did, but I feel like that's a good idea for me to help me understand my characters a little bit deeper, a little bit more, just write scenes and moments in their life that made them who they are. And that's what I did at the library. And I also was writing his character arc. And for me, I don't know about y'all, but it's kind of hard to map out a character arc when your plot needs revising and needs fixing badly. So that's what I was doing in the library. I wrote the beginning of how I want him to start off with the story. I did that. But now later on today, I need to do the middle and at the end of the story. And y'all know I told y'all many times, I always struggle to write the ending of a story or figure out the ending. So anyway, that's what I'm going to do today. Try to finish him up. I want to end the day. My goal is to end today with 100% knowing who this character is backwards and forward. I want to know the back of my hand. And I may not figure it out now during revision and planning right now. I might figure it out even more as I'm writing. So sometimes you figure out stuff as you go. So anyway, that's what I'm going to do.
So in this life, don't you try to move too fast, or the good times will roll by. So don't just slip by. These days they will come and go. That's how you build a good life. One step, two steps, three, and it's over. Five and to six again. Seven steps, eight steps, nine, and I'm older.
Now, this honestly could have been a separate video on its own now that I think about it, but this is like me getting my bull crap together as an author. I'm locking in and I'm getting myself organized and I'm trying to get myself together as a writer. And so what I've been doing this afternoon is just organizing my Notion. Notion is my baby. It's where I house and organize. Just basically my whole entire life is organized on Notion. All my goals, all the things, all the important projects, everything I'm doing is on Notion. The reason why I am doing this, I just feel like my writing career, my writing journey has been stalling. It's been stuck. And it's not just a revision nightmare and drafting I'm doing. It's also, I just feel like I'm stuck. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm not progressing forward as a writer or in my towards the author career that I want. And I feel like I have making progress. I'm posting on YouTube, trying to grow my author brand because I feel like it's very important as a writer, or it can help you so much if you just have a online presence where people know who you are. And that's what I'm trying to do right now with YouTube. So I feel like with that area, I'm doing pretty decent with that. There are some videos, views aren't that great, but I feel like recently I have been getting a little bit better, especially when I did that 75 hard challenge. But anyway, one of the things I'm trying to get better at and improve is I feel like another step I can take to get better or take my writing career more seriously or stop feeling like I'm stuck is get myself together, get myself organized, have everything planned out. So I decided, you know what? It's technically the middle of the year, technically July is, but heck, we're still in August. It's August, so close enough. We still have a few more months to go. But I said I'm going to sit down at my desk and just set deadlines. And I created a project tracker, a table view on my Notion. So that way I can keep up with every project I do, like my debut novel, the draft I was writing during the 75 hard writing challenge, and even short stories I want to do. And I haven't said this much on my channel, but I do want to start eventually publishing and writing short stories so people can see my work. Yeah, they see my content on YouTube, but nobody has read my work. So I definitely want to get the ball rolling when it comes to short stories. So I feel like, and I was thinking that a lot. I have my debut novel. I have the other project I was working on through the 75 Hard Writing Challenge. I got short stories I want to write. Heck, I even thought about writing on blog articles for Substack. And it's just so stressful and chaotic trying to keep up with all these projects. When should I start working on it? When's the deadline for it? When should I start editing it? When should I start writing it? And it's just so too much to keep in here. So Notion is literally my second brain. I have fallen into this trap again for the millionth time of overthinking. I have been overthinking the crap out of my characters. And honestly, I know I said that earlier this week that I was going to take my time. I learned from past mistakes, y'all. I was going too fast and I ended up not understanding who my characters were. Ended up writing slop of a second draft and multiple drafts. And I took my advice and to my own advice and learn my own mistakes to take my time. But now I realize that I am taking way too much time, way too long. I'm doing the exact opposite. I'm going from one extreme problem to another extreme problem, and I'm spending way too much time on one protagonist because I am just overthinking and worried that I'm going to make another crappy, messy draft all over again. And I have 3 more characters to work on. And I was like, I need to just get out the house. I need to go somewhere because I feel like I was getting frustrated, annoyed. I was starting to spiral yesterday. I was researching questions to ask myself for character arcs and read some parts of Story Genius again. I'm just trying to just make this character perfect. And all I did was just stress myself out and just get frustrated with myself. So I decided today to just end it in trying to make his character perfect and move on to the next characters. And I decided I set timers today. I spent 45 minutes on one other protagonist, and I spent another 45 minutes on the antagonist because I felt like I was like, it's the end of the week and I haven't even got close to working on any of the other characters yet. And maybe a week is not enough time for me to develop my characters or to fully understand who they are. Maybe I need 2 days for each character. I don't know. But I felt like getting out the house and just sitting at the library. I was at the library for a long time today, y'all, but I felt like it was good for me. But anyway, y'all, I will gonna end this vlog right here. And if you like videos like this and you enjoy my vlogs, if you love author homebody diaries, if you love writing videos, homebody videos, reading videos, then go ahead and subscribe and let YouTube know that you love videos like this. And go ahead and leave a comment. Where are you at in your book phase? Are you in the first draft phase, revision phase, or taking a break from your book? Tell me what phase are you in your own book projects. Let me know in the comments below, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.
So in this life